Hi, my name is Frank Pollard. I'm the maintenance lead here at Quintex Services, and I'm going to take you through a walk through our water treatment plant. The sample I have here is our concentrate from our CMF process. This is all the sludge and greases, oils that are removed from our wash process. It is treated with both a coagulant and a flocculant to separate the water from the contaminants within the water. Here I'm going to demonstrate the process on how we judge this. We're going to use a small beaker which represents the tank beside us. I'm going to add 66 milliliters of coagulant and our regular flocculant batch. You're going to see that it will change up. Once the chemical reaction is done, we let it settle, and then we put it through our filter press while draining off the top. The contaminants are then put through a filter press while the water is discharged to our city sewer. I'm going to show you a brief example of how the filter press works. I'm going to take our sample that we have here and I'm going to pour it over this tea towel. The tea towel is going to act like a filter, and I'm going to just pour it on there and see what happens. And as you can see, after I pour it through, the water goes right through while the contaminants stay onto the filter pad itself. This is a basic idea of how our filter press works and shows how we can remove the contaminants in a safe and environmentally friendly way. So it all gets pressed into here, and then this gets shipped out to the landfill. In 2016, the decision to put in a chemical water treatment plant was made. And that was, if you think about it, we're a washing facility and we use a lot of water. And to become good stewards of our environment, we needed to do something like this, and that's exactly what Quintex did. Here in our chemical water treatment plant, we filter 100% of the water that we use in our wash process, and of that 100% that we filter, up to 87% is reused on a daily basis. The first step is the water goes from the wash, it has to come in here, and it goes in through what's called a shaker screen. It has an 80 mesh and a 250 mesh vibro screen, and what it is, it's like a sifter for a mine. It takes it and removes a lot of thicker particles. It then travels into this tank, which is a split tank. This is our CMF filtrate tank. From here, it gets pumped through what's called the hydrocyclone. The hydrocyclone creates cycloning activity so that even heavier particles just drop out, and then the water moves on over to the other half of the tank. From the other half of the tank, we use a large pump to pump it through 4 ceramic microfiltration systems. There's little ceramic tubes in them with little holes that uses pressure to force our contaminants into our concentrate tank, which is over there, and then our CMF filtrate, which I will show you an example of right away. This is what our water looks like before the CMF. With the help of this, it helped us reduce our environmental impact. Water is a very precious resource and very needed here at Quintex as we do laundry. And this is what it looks like after. And you can see the slight differences. So from this one right here, this is our CMF feed, it splits it off into CMF filtrate and CMF concentrate. The CMF concentrate is what will go through the press next. The next step in our water treatment journey is we move on to our reverse osmosis system. It contains 36 filters in which we transform our water from CMF filtrate to our RO. This is our RO feed water. And this is our clean drinking water, our fresh water that goes back to our plant for reuse. So we go from this to this. And our TDS is actually lower than the City of Winnipeg water that you have in your drinking taps. From here, the water goes to a holding tank. It's pumped back to our water holding tanks to be reused at a later date. And then the cycle continues on. As you can see, your feed, your CMF filtrate, your RO, and your final product, which is your permeate. This is all all the contaminants taken out of the water. Well, thank you all for coming for this trip around our water treatment facility here at Quintex Services. I hope you learned a few things, and it was a pleasure to do all this.